it's officially British summertime, more daylight savings time, so we can spend more time outside, get the patio furniture out, and drink some whiskey outside. Ah, balls. Well then, I guess that's back inside for me for a nice, warming and very good whiskey. And what whiskey will that be? Well, this one here, the Glen Scotia Double Cask. So how do you know that it's good? Well, look here. It says Glen Scotia on it. And if you see a whiskey bottle that says Glen Scotia on it, you know it's good stuff. Stay tuned to find out why. What about you whiskey lovers? I'm Big Al and welcome to Whiskey Straight. You can join me in my spiritual odyssey through the wonderful world of whiskey. So jump on the board by hitting that subscribe button, and while you're at it, don't forget to ring that bell notification so you can stay on board and share our journeys together. Don't forget to smash that like button either, because it all helps the algorithm.
Keeps YouTube happy, keeps Big Al happy.
So today we're in Campbeltown for a classic Campbeltown single malt in the form of the Glen Scotia Double Cask. Now recently I reviewed the Glen Scotia 15, which was exceedingly good. So having heard so many good things about the Double Cask, I picked the bottle up a while ago and now it's its turn to see how it fares. And as you know from the intro, it's very good. This whiskey is both non-age stated, non-chill filtered. It has been matured in first fill bourbon casks and then finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. Did you like the pronunciation there? Probably a wee bit off. Or also known as PX casks, and henceforth herein in the video that's what they will be referred to as. The whiskey is bottled at 46% ABV, right in that nice sweet spot, and the recommended retail price is around 40 quid, although it can be had for cheaper if you shop around, particularly online. So let's get right on. The reason why you're here, see what the whiskey's like. So let's get on with it. If you've got a pour of this, please pour a dram and join me in the tasting, because whiskey's always better shared. Sláinte. Right off, it's like freshly polished wood. There is a caramel note in there too, but it just really is like you've just sprayed the polish on the wood and you've polished it.
And yes, I do housework from time to time, so I know these things.
There's also a bit of like a gluey adhesive type note going on as well. Now as it starts to open up, now I've let this sit for a while. Toffee apple. And that toffee apple has a coating of demerara sugar. There's also a wee bit of barrel char coming in here. It really is very bourbon led on the nose. But now I'm picking up a wee bit of that PX sherry influence. And that's in the form of like dried fruits, mostly raisins, sultanas, that kind of thing, but I don't really get on the nose here an awful lot of what you would expect from a sherry finished whiskey. So let's see if that changes on the palate. Very sweet initially, and as it says on the packaging, it's rich and spicy, and that sweetness also comes through in the spice. It's like an orangey, spice-led first sip. But what's nice about this now is, in complete contrast to the nose, here comes the PX influence right away as it settles on the palate, as it transitions mid-palate to the back of the palate. Here come what you would expect, stewed dark fruits, and to tell you what they are, they're there, and they're there in abundance. They're really letting their presence be known. Now that presence was well known in the first sip, but boy, does it hit with a sharper bite on the second sip here. Again, stewed sherry soap, figs, sultanas, and those kind of rich, dark, flavoured, sherry soaked fruits. Big hit. Very, I was going to say pungent in a way, but what I mean by that is they're very rich. They're there, they're big, they're bold, full of flavour, and mouth coating. It's a bit drying, it's a bit tannic, and then that gives way to some dark chocolate, bit of barrel char, and even some like dark espresso, like bittery type coffee, but really nice. Now, what I really like about this whiskey is the contrast, the complexity, the body. It's just an overall great package. You've got the sweet spiciness up front, and then you've got that big, sharp, bold hit of the PX influence. Then comes the dark char and the dark chocolate, the bitter coffee. But you know what? All those things, they're really contrasty. They're all very different. But herein lies the beauty of this whiskey. They are all so very complementary to each other, and it all works so damn well together. It really is a fantastic whiskey. Now the finish, it's long, it's drying, and it includes all those perfectly complementary but contrasty elements. But what shines through most on the long finish is the dried fruit, the linger, and then eventually fade to a barrel char. It's a very chalky mouthfeel. It coats the palate completely, and that dryness is what lets it linger. A really fantastic whiskey, and one I would highly recommend. And that's going to be a high score of 88.5. A beauty of a whiskey. So thanks folks for your ongoing support. I really do appreciate it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Please jump in and join the journey. And a special thank you to my patrons Neil and Mike. If you fancy supporting the channel and joining them, the links are in the description down below. And if you choose that, you'll be able to see what goes on behind the scenes at Whisky Straight. You'll get early access to my reviews, and it is a bit of crack and a nice wee, hopefully, growing community in due course. So, have a good weekend, folks. Happy Easter to one and all, and until the next time, keep on drinking your whiskey the way you like it. Sláinte. Thanks for watching, folks. I really do appreciate it. Please check out these other reviews, and if you'd like to support the channel, the best way is by subscribing, liking and commenting. And don't forget to ring that bell for all video notifications so you don't miss out on any future content. Cheers.